Good evening and welcome. We are thrilled to have you with us tonight. I'm Andy J.
I'm Helen Stanley, and for the next hour, you have the best seat in the house as we get ready to unbox the Lotus Emira live for the very first time.
Let's welcome the super fans. All right, look at that. There are some fabulous backgrounds going on. Did you see that? Look at all those happy, smiling faces. Hello, everybody.
We're broadcasting tonight from Hethel in Norfolk, which is the home of Lotus. They've been designing and producing cars from here since 1966. Let's find out more about the transformation that has taken this historic site and made it fit for the future.
Over £100 million has been invested in facilities alone, and the company has almost doubled its workforce since 2017. With the launch of Emira, an additional 200 operations roles are being recruited for. The most visible sign of investment are the two new production halls. One of them is home to the Lotus all-electric hypercar, the Avaya. The other hall is home to the Emira. Standing at over 12,000 square metres, it's the size of 1.5 football pitches. Some 4,800 Emiras will be produced here every year on a single shift pattern. And it's remarkable to think that this incredibly high-tech facility is a world away from the Lotus factories of old. What's most striking is there are no production lines in the floor. Instead, individual chassis are manoeuvred around the site on these automated guided vehicles. Come on then. The AGVs, as they're known, move cars on set routes around the factory. The all-new paint shop is also state-of-the-art and will improve the quality and throughput of vehicles at the site.
How exciting is it for you to be creating a new factory?
Helen, it's very exciting, not just for me, for everybody in Lotus, because as part of our Vision 80 strategy, this is now the reveal of Emira is like a realization of everything that we've been investing in equipment. We've invested in Hethel £100 million. We've been investing in systems, in new processes, in people coming to the business.
Our biggest asset in Lotus is our people. So we've made huge investments into their development and their training. We've created the Lotus Learning Academy, so we can take on all of our new people. Up to 200 new people are going to come through this year in order to build the volumes that we've got to build with the Emira.
Now, there are some people who are so excited to get their hands on the Emira, they've already ordered the car, despite the fact that they haven't seen it yet. You've got to love them, haven't you?
We have got six Lotus, Tony and I. I had 3 Lotus and he 3, and we are very, very excited to discover the new Emira.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Clearly, that's the secret to a good relationship. Buy 3 Lotuses each. Perfect. You've got it nailed.
I'm a big fan of Lotus, of the company and of the brand, and I've loved my Evora so much.
I'm looking forward to discovering the new curves and the new design language.
It has curves aplenty, so you are going to love it. Thank you so much for your company. Enjoy the show. Lotus really does inspire fans from all over the world, and of course, the world of motorsport as well. Now, one of our super fans, yeah, he's pretty nifty behind the wheel, having been a Formula One world champion. Now, he persuaded Matt Windle, the managing director of Lotus Cars, to give him a sneak peek at the Emira earlier today.
Well, hi, Jensen. Welcome to the FI-approved track at Hethel. I know our founder, Colin Chapman, would be so pleased that we got Formula One champion here to try out Emira today.
I first jumped into a Lotus Elise back in 1997 when I just started driving. And it was pretty bare, it was pretty sparse in there. There was a seat, 3 pedals of steering wheel and a gear stick. But now it's proper plush in the Emira. You know, the leather seats with the bolstered leather seats, the infotainment system, and obviously most importantly the cup holders.
What we wanted to do was get an environment. So you've still got the feel of driving a Lotus. It's for the drivers. Everything's simple. Everything's where you need it. But you've got the luxury. People, you want your phone to connect when you get in the car. You want it to be simple controls. So that's what we've achieved with it.
If everything goes to plan, and I like it as much as I like the look of it, if I like the driving experience, hopefully I'll be on the wait list.
Excellent. I'll hold you to that. So we got a deal, and we'll talk about that later on.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Right, time to get in.
The Emira is set to deliver everything you'd expect from a Lotus. Striking design, thrilling aerodynamics, and of course, designed for the drivers. However, this car comes with a whole new set of technical advancements that we just haven't seen before in a Lotus car.
Very driver focused. It's a TFT digital instrument display of high resolution. It has multiple layers of information and data that the driver can receive from the TFT. And it's also linked to the drive usage of the car. So for example, you can set it up in track mode, where you get an instrument display that is very track orientated, performance driving orientated with the data that's relevant for that type of usage.
We've looked at people that would do short journeys and long journeys and how they would use the car. So we're class leading on storage, 208 litres behind the seats. There's cup holders. Both of the door pockets take a ½ litre bottle of water and the glove box. So there's plenty of space for you to be able to use it as an everyday car and not feel compromised.
Very high level of driver engagement. It's still a very pure driver's car. It's got incredible capability. But I think it also has an amazing ability to give you the everyday usability we've been mentioning. We've also introduced some new option features, driver support systems. It's an option pack called the Lotus Co-Drivers Pack. If you were to use the car at the track, you can enjoy the car's dynamic capability, but as soon as you start your journey home, you can switch on the driver assistance and drive home in a very relaxed way.
I'm so happy this day's arrived. It's very exciting. Jensen did get to drive the car a bit earlier, but you'll have to wait and see how he got on. But I do think that deal that we had is definitely on.
There's been a lot of change at Lotus, so how are things different now?
Well, the place is transformed. I mean, we spent £100 million on facilities, and tonight we're here for the launch of Emira, but we're here as well for the rebirth of Hethel. But ultimately, what the customer's interested in is the product. And Emira is that product. It's the result of those investments. It's a game changer for Lotus. It's a real significant milestone on taking us into what we want to be, which is a truly global performance car brand.
Every Lotus car pulls from the heritage and design firsts of the cars that have gone before it. And there have been lots of firsts for Lotus.
The 1966 Elan. The 1980 Esprit, the 1995 Elise. This classic Team Lotus Formula One car, the Type 72. The 2021 Elise. The Exige. The Evora GT 410. The Avaya. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the Lotus Emira.
combining beautiful soft sculpture with technical details, the balance between form and function. It's getting the car to look low, hunkered down, something that invites you to drive it. Also on the front are the very distinctive headlights, which give the car a unique signature when it's looming up behind you at night. You'll notice that the lines flow very beautifully in three-quarter view from the bonnet into the side sculpture.
Aerodynamics is that tangible, direct link. It is, if you like, the science behind the beauty of the car. Every feature on the car, every shape on the car's bodywork, it has a part to play in terms of the way the airflow flows around it, the way it guides the airflow into certain positions to do certain jobs.
This is our last combustion engine car, and we really want to separate that. So when you look at the exhaust pipes inside there, there's some beautiful perforations. The C-shaped section rear lights, very distinctive. The car looks incredibly broad and muscular. As you'll see, we've got twin TFT screens in there, 12.3 and 10.25, but you also have some hard keys on the steering wheel, but also some hard keys for things like heating and volume control. This is an interior that feels extremely sporty, is intuitive to use, so if you want to drive the car with passion, it doesn't ask anything of you. And equally, if you just want to use it on a normal trip as well, it's a comfortable environment to be in.
It's the culmination of decades worth of experience to produce what is, I believe, one of the best sports cars in the world. The Emira.
Matt, now it's out of the box, can you stand the excitement?
Helen, I'm really excited and so pleased to bring the car to the world on behalf of all of the staff. I mean, hundreds of people have worked on this car. And I think it's quite fitting, the sun's shining on Lotus.
Earlier, you saw Matt give the keys of the first car to Formula One world champion Jenson Button. Let's see how he got on.
I'm going to hand it over to you, and you need to let us know what you think.
Yeah, as much as I like looking at the outside of a car, this is my area. This engine just roars. It sounds wonderful. Lotus engineers and aerodynamicists have worked really hard on the Emira and been able to produce quite a lot of downforce for such a small car. So it gives it a lot of grip in these high-speed, mid-speed corners. It gives you confidence to push the car a little bit harder. It just holds the road so well. It's light, it's nimble, and it's comfortable. A completely different beast. What can I say? Wow. You know, every time I drive a Lotus, I love that mechanical grip that it gives you. But now you even have that in the high-speed corners. They've worked really hard with the aerodynamics on the Emira. And you're doing it in such a luxurious place as well. This interior is so plush. You know, a lot of the time in a sports car, they're fantastic to drive. You enjoy driving them, but you don't want to do long distances in them. But in here, I'm so comfy. My takeaways from today, a big step forward for Lotus. This car is a very, very important car. And this is really going to shape the company for the future. I'm not done driving it yet.
Thanks to all of you for joining us. Thanks, of course, to our guests here. You guys have been great. You've bared with us during this wonderful weather. And thanks, of course, to our 131 super fans from all of us here. Thank you for watching.